What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be talking about how to change direction on a dime. We're going to be talking about this comeback route. We're going to be talking about how you guys can snap down on a dime, how you guys can use a throw-by technique, especially when a DB's grabbing onto your jersey, holding your jersey, and how you guys can ultimately get some separation by coming back to that ball with some explosion and with some acceleration. So I hope this video gives you guys some value. I hope it teaches you a few new things just about route running, how to run a better comeback, and how to obviously change direction much better. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want 4 weeks of specific workouts that you need to do in the gym to improve overall explosiveness, speed off the line, explosiveness at the top of the route, check out that very first link in the description for our 28-day wide receiver gym plan 2.0. So what it is, 28 days of specific gym workouts, all broken down with sets and repetitions, rest periods. We throw in conditioning days and all the above to make you a better wide receiver on the field. These are not just random exercises thrown together. These are specific exercises to help your on-field play as a wide receiver. So I hope you can check that out. Very first link in the description. Let's get started. So this route here we're going to be looking at is just this comeback route against man coverage where we take an outside release and we drop down. Now, one of the things I think he could have done a little bit better here is maybe not pop up out of the drive. Like when he drops his hips, he tends to pop up a little bit out of the break, but I think that has a lot to do with this DB holding his jersey a tad, and we're going to talk about that. So obviously the number one thing that's going to make you a little bit more sudden with your breaks and give you a little bit more explosion is committing to the break, right? So a lot of people, what they'll like to do is they'll be running up, they'll have this good pad level, but when they get to this break portion of it, like right here, everything starts to change. Their chest starts to raise up, their feet start shattering because they're preparing for this moment. They're preparing for this break when really you guys want to make sure that, and this is not an easy thing to do. It's much easier said than done. It takes a lot of time building those like fast twitch fibers, that flexibility and mobility in your hips with all those gym workouts that we talk about. But that drop of your hips, you really have to trust yourself at the top of this break. It's almost like you got to trick yourself into thinking you are just running straight vertical. You're running to the opposite end zone and your hips are going to be the thing that slow you down. You almost want to think of your hips as like an anchor, right? So you see when he gets into this break here, it's like everything's in stride and his stride doesn't change. His pad level doesn't change because we're trying to make this DB run downfield. And this DB's holding on to him because he's expecting this break. He's trying to sit on this thing, right? So he's holding me, cheating the play a little bit. That's fine. We cannot just throw my hands up and quit as a wide receiver if this guy's holding me. What I got to do is the second we start to snap down, you see how he throws this inside arm, really trying to throw him by, really trying to swat him by. That's the number one key, because if I could drop on a dime, the low man's going to win, right? And I get lower than this DB and I get his hands off of me, he's going to skid way off of this break, right? So it's super important that you guys are focused on selling vertical, number one, before you drop down. Now, to be able to change this direction, you got to think of when you drop your hips, it's kind of like a lunge, but you're bringing your chin to your knee. Like there's a string attached to your chin and you're pulling it all the way down just below your knee, right? So when you get to that low explosive position, this is the spot where we and really stop, right? So like you drop like this, you let your hips drop you and you bring your chin to your knee. This is a position where I could slow down, right? What a lot of people will do is they'll make this break. They'll take this super heavy step, but their chest is straight up in the air because they're concerned about turning out of this break. They want to turn and open up. That's not how you create explosion, and that's not how you change direction. Because trust me, when your chest is leaning back and your weight's on your heels, you're leaning back here, you're going to drift off this break, which gives that DB more time to react. The whole entire goal is to be able to make a tight change of direction with the least amount of time spent possible, right? And so now let's again, we talk about all the time. It's not about steps, right? It's about eliminating time at the top of the break. So you see how when this receiver, he snaps, second step, third step. A lot of people will say, oh, he needs to be out on this third step. Much easier said than done, right? Because what a lot of people do is they'll run up and they start to round their outside shoulder on a comeback and they get out in 3 steps, but they're not selling vertical. The goal is to sell vertical and eliminate time. It's not about steps. It's about eliminating time and being able to create some explosion right here with your hips so you could actually drive back to the ball. Now you see, snap, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step. But because I was able to get those hands off, because I was able to change direction without an indicator, being able to drop my hips violently and get to that low explosive position, I can get some separation from this DB. Now, quarterback's already let go of the ball. This ball's out on time. So as a receiver, my goal is to get to that spot. It is a race to this spot, right? I want to get to this spot before the DB's able to get to that spot. So when I drop my hips, I'm so concerned with pumping my arms, driving up those steps, making my steps powerful so I can accelerate back to the ball. If you guys can create energy at the break point and accelerate, you should win the race to this spot every single time. It does not matter if you are selling the route properly, because that DB, again, he doesn't know where we're going. We know where we're going, but if I can actually sell the fade, if I can drop, get out least amount of time spent possible, I'm guaranteed to get some kind of separation on this thing. Let's watch it again full speed. This is a great example of what you guys need to do on a comeback route to snap down, how to get this DB's hands off of you, and then obviously how to accelerate out of this break. All right, guys, we want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to leave those in the comments below. I will will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Always appreciate the feedback. Always appreciate the questions you guys ask. Helps me come up with new ideas for this page, so I definitely appreciate it. And again, fellas, 28-day wide receiver gym plan. All the specific exercise you need to do to improve your speed off the line, explosiveness at the top of the route, and just overall on-field play as a wide receiver. Very first link in the description. Hope you guys could check it out. I'll see you guys next time.